Hey everyone, thanks for joining us for our next episode of Ask a Tech. This is a series where you send in your questions and we have Steve or one of our other expert mechanics technicians answer it for you. So be sure to send your questions in, either DM or email us, and we'll look for them to answer on a future episode. So this question comes from Jeff and Jaminator, and his question is, what is the best oil cooler for an FLH Harley and best electronic ignition when switching from points, as well as carburetor recommendation?
1997?
No, 1976.
76.
So a Shovelhead.
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 Jag oil coolers always work great. They come with an adapter and the hoses in the cooler, and it mounts to the frame. I use them a lot. For electronic ignition, he says?
Yep.
I normally run S&S H4i electronic ignition. That comes with the whole kit. I use that on mostly everything because they're pretty much bulletproof. Easy to tune, easy to work with. And carburetor recommendations for that? Yep. Mikuni 42, HSR 42. That'll wake that whole bike up too. That bike will be amazingly powerful for a troubleheads.
Yeah. There you go, Mr. Jaminator. Let us know if we can help you with any of those parts. Thanks so much for your question. Our next question comes from Charlie Girl, and this is our dear sweet Teresa. Hey, Teresa, thanks so much for your question. And her question is, my bike has been sitting as I don't ride as much. How long can I keep my bike on the trickle charger, and how often should I be starting it, and how long do I let it run? So this is a common question that we get, is what to do with a bike that has been that sits for a little while in between riding. So what do you recommend?
I recommend leave it on the tender, like when you're not riding it the whole time. Use the automatic tender so it'll shut itself off and turn itself on. I would just leave that on all the time, anytime it's not running. Start that thing as often as you can, at least once a week. Start the bike, take it around the block, get everything warmed up, park it, put it back on the charger. I would do that. I wouldn't let the bike sit for no more than 90 days because fuel today is absolutely terrible and it just destroys the whole fuel system. Yeah. So don't let the bike sit for more than 90 days with the same fuel in it, because that will cause you a lot of problems. Other than that, I mean, some of them batteries can go, 2-3 years just on the charger by themselves, on the trickle chargers. But just keep voltage in the battery and keep fresh fuel in the bike. And ride it, Teresa, more often.
Get out and ride.
Right.
So is it okay to just start the bike up and let it run for a little bit, or do you need...
Bring it up to operating temperature.
Okay. So about how long would you suggest?
Well, the motor's hot.
Okay.
Operating temperature. How long does that take? Takes, I don't know. Let it run for, 5 minutes or so. Don't let it overheat. Like, depends what bike she has. I think some Harley of some sort, I bet. So they're air-cooled bikes. You don't want to let them sit there in the garage idling for 10, 20 minutes because it's going to overheat the motor just sitting still. So get out there and ride the bike. Go around the block. Get the airflow going and get the fuel moving around. Get the battery charged back up. And you should be in good shape.
So thanks for joining us for this episode of Ask a Tech. Make sure you send in your questions, and we look forward to answering them for you.
Perfect. Thank you, guys.